Federal government must political solution to Kanu's case. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, lovers of freedom all over the world. Wherever you're joining us from today, you're highly welcome to this wonderful YouTube platform that gives you quality news and information on every activities happening in Biafran territory. Please subscribe to this channel and make sure you turn on your notification. The news in detail. As federal government must political solution to Kanu's case. There are very strong indications that freedom may soon be on the way of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Kanu has been in detention since June 2021 following his extraordinary rendition from Kenya by the government of the former president Muhammadu Buhari. Since then, various pleas by leaders of the Igbo nation and others from different parts of the country for his freedom have gone unheeded, with the federal government charging him with terrorism and other related offenses at a federal high court. Among the Igbo leaders who pleaded for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sent emissaries and visited Buhari then were the late Chief Mbazulike Amechi, the late Chief Chukwuemeka Eziife, and the late President General of Ohaneze Ndi-Igbo, Chief Emmanuel Iwuanyanwu, among others. The trio died without seeing Kanu's release. Similarly, other prominent Igbo men, such as the governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Soludo, and the senator representing Abia State, Enyinaya Baribe, have made a case for the release of Kanu to them, but the indigenous people of Biafran leader has been denied bail by the court. Even as the leader of the Yoruba nation agitators, Sunday Adeyemo, otherwise known as Sunday Igboho, and activists Omoyele Sowore, who were hunted by Buhari, have since been released. Sowore is among those who have called for the release of Kanu. At his last court appearance in June, Kanu's lawyer, Aloysius Ejimako, indicated that Kanu was willing to negotiate with the federal government for his release, but the counsel to the federal government, Adegboyega Awomolo, senior advocate of Nigeria, told Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his counsel to approach the office of the Attorney General of the Federation for such discussions, as he did not have the mandate to negotiate. Awomolo said the powers to grant such requests rested on the Attorney General of the Federation. He pointed out that the AGF was the one with the power to approach the court for an out-of-court settlement. I told him to go to the Attorney General of the Federation, who has the power. If he is interested in negotiating, he should go there. His office is just there. Awomolo told Justice Binta Nyako, the presiding judge. Justice Nyako said the court had no problem with Kanu's proposition for an out-of-court settlement and advised him to approach the AGF for the possibility. She, however, ordered the DSS to provide an unblocked space for Kanu to meet with his lawyers each time they were at the facility to prepare him for trial. Sunday Telegraph was informed by a highly placed source that the federal government and Kanu are discussing his freedom currently. A top government official said that the time for Kanu's release was not clear yet, but said that the federal government was discussing with Kanu and his lawyer under certain conditions. Yes, discussions are ongoing. I cannot say for now how long it will take, but a lot of talks are going on to find a political solution to the problem. The federal government understands how important his release is to the security situation in the southeast, and also acknowledges the effort of southeast leaders to maintain peace in the zone. At least for the fact that the End Bad Governance protests across the country did not happen in the southeast speaks volume. We are discussing with Kanu and leaders of the zone on finding a peaceful resolution to the issue. And the official, who did not want to be named because he was not authorized to speak on the matter, he added that there was also other interests across the country that were involved in the negotiation. He said it was not just about releasing Kanu, but all about ensuring that all parties were satisfied. As if Mazen Kanu, being a British citizen, cannot be released and allowed to travel back to Britain. He said, no, we don't want him to flee and start causing trouble again. We want him to be here. He is first in Nigeria before being British. Remember, he was previously granted bail by the court. How did that end? That is why we are having a measured and discussion with him now. Have you observed his utterances these days when he appears in court? Is he not speaking reasonably and denouncing the violence in his region? That shows you that we are making progress, as he is distancing himself from every act of bloodletting in the southeast. I don't know when, but I can assure you we are talking with him and working on his freedom. And to also confirm this information, the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, made, a statement in a broadcast about this. In fact, he said the specific date that Onyendu Mazen Kanu will be released. Without wasting much of your time, let us hear from the Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic government in Ezai. Do not forget to share this broadcast and video to as many groups and platforms as possible. Thank you.
Was actually the right decision that is shaping the history and the future of Biafra? When we started, Mazen Kanu was kidnapped and extraordinary rendition to Nigeria from Kenya. I told Biafrans that Nigeria has made the worst mistake in the history of Nigeria. And then nobody knew what was actually coming. We started to pick the broken particles one after the other. We picked the particles they broke after the kidnap from Kenya. We were bringing them together to form what you see today happening. How many of you have watched most of these sci-fi movies where like the movie of Schwarzenegger or so, where the iron machine will be melting, and when you shoot at the machine, the policeman, the man will scatter, the gun will scatter the man, and then you need to come together, after melting, and then come back to life. That was actually what had happened in the Biafra struggle. When Mazen Kanu was kidnapped, the Nigeria government was bragging, and they were making press release, press conference, how Biafra has been crushed. I was watching and observing. And of course, because the people that we are dealing with, both in Nigeria and those that were in Nigeria, many of them were demons. I mean, demons is really demons. They started to go and do consultations to find out who Simon Ekpa is. And each time they make consultation, they always tell them, that guy is real. He's real. You need to stop him. You will need to stop him. And that was how the attack against me started. And the only reason was to stop somebody who is actually genuine, because they were never genuine. So I promised Biafrans that we are going to bring our freedom from diaspora. Many people still did not understand. Even many of you today who are here didn't understand what I meant by that. That we will bring our freedom from diaspora. Because if you do not know where the rain starts to beat you, or how did they say it, you will never know how rain is going to stop or where it is going to end. So what we did was to, first of all, study the situation of Nigeria, study how we can deal with these monsters and demons in the name of entity called Nigeria. And after solving the mathematics, we got the answer. We also know how to solve the mathematics. It's very, very easy. We went to work. Begin to gather all these particles together, which is some of you that are here today, you form major part of the particles. So Nigeria thought that the way it was designed, that they have made everybody poor, that nobody can ever rise again to challenge the entity terrorist state called Nigeria. And the least expected place was Biafra. The least expected region that could ever rise up to fight Nigeria is Biafra. Nobody believed today then that Biafra will pick up arms to defend themselves. They never believed. Nigeria thought they have actually conquered everything that, when you talk as a Biafran, they tell you about your business. They tell you about your properties. They tell you how are you going to eat. So Nigeria government has actually destroyed the future of an average Biafran. Not only an average Biafran, they have destroyed the future of those who even believe in Nigeria. What did we do? We noticed that that is the only weapon they have against us. And we went to work. We start reshaping the mind of our people. And what do they call it? They say brainwash. How will you not be happy if somebody brainwash you to be strong? How will you not be happy when somebody brainwash you to stand against your oppressor? Everybody will be very happy with that kind of brainwashing. But the elite, those enablers, are never happy with the way that every Biafran has actually waking up. The same people who, during the COVID-19, they gathered all the palliative and locked it up. And other region was enjoying palliative from the government, but none, not even one bag of rice were shared to the Biafra people. In fact, the minister, a woman that was in charge of the palliative then, even openly in public, said that the Biafra people will never receive any palliative. It is on record and the videos are there, that there are people are living abroad. And so they receive money from their relatives. But not everybody in Biafra land have relatives abroad. But that was the conclusion of a Nigeria state over a people that they have refused to let go. So, after all this, everybody will relax. Nigeria succeeded in making sure that something happened today is just 1 week. Everybody will forget about it. And they wanted to do it to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu after they kidnapped him. They wanted to make sure that, nobody talked about him. So after I studied this thing, I said, what we are going to do is to make sure that the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I don't know why people will be calling me when they know that I'm live, that the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will make sure that those who kidnap him will never, ever leave to tell the story. One moment, I have to, all right? Those calling me should stop calling me, please. So we started by making sure that those who were bragging about the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and how the Biafra movement have ended will be put to shame. We said that the kidnap is going to be very expensive. We started from there. Today, it is very, very expensive. Today, the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become the most expensive commodity, the most expensive movement, the most expensive project that Nigeria has ever embarked on. It has cost everything that Nigeria never expected. I didn't going to end there. I also promised Nigeria that the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will facilitate the Biafra to emerge as a nation. They thought it was a joke. So we used that kidnapping to become what we are today. That is the reason why Biafra is flying all over the world. And let me also tell you, I am aware that they have actually concluded to grant Mazi Nnamdi Kanu bail this month. We welcome that. Go and mark my word. We welcome that. I just want to put it on notice to every Biafran. We have two goals. One is to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by the activities of the Biafra government. Two is the Biafra freedom and the Biafra independence. That is the main goal. It was the reason Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. And so, after they have released him this month, we will go to the next stage. But I'm not going to talk yet until this bail is granted. I am also aware that I have even planned that the people that are going to come as a shorty after the bail has been granted this month will all be Northerners. I know that maybe after this now they're going to change it, but I don't want to talk much, so that not to, influence anything. But we are very, very much aware of what has been agreed on, and we are going to be waiting very patiently for that. So Biafra must be on standby. Once he is released, one of our objectives has been achieved. And then we go to the next one. And I believe you know what it means. So my fellow Biafran, today we have decided that the delegitimization of the Nigeria terrorist state within Biafra land will be taken to the next level. And that's why today we are locking down the Nigeria institutions in Biafra land, because it is this institution that generate money, they generate fund to fund the terrorism against our people. So we are fighting the source of the income of Nigeria. Not only that, if we are now an independent state, we are going to place sanctions on Nigeria. We impose economic sanctions. And because we are not yet an independent state, we have to now figure out how to navigate this particular complex situation. Now we have navigated it. We have figured out how to impose the sanctions on Nigeria within Biafra land. And that sanction is the lockdown of every Nigerian institution for 30 days. Today is the 5th day. After these 30 days, and maybe they still did not release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on this particular September hearing, we will extend the lockdown of the Nigerian institution for 60 days. After 60 days, we will extend it to 90 days. I am telling you the fact. And this is going to continue until we will make sure that no office of Nigeria will be very, very opening in Biafra land. They will stay and they will be scared of staying in Biafra territory. That's our target, because you can never allow a terrorist state to breathe. No, we do not want to let them breathe even 1 minute, because 1 minute of breathing will bring arms to kill our people. So we will never allow them to breach in Biafra land. So after these 30 days, we will give them maybe 1 week break, and we'll come again for 2 months. And let me tell you, we still have a long way to go. 25 days is still remaining from the 30 days. 25. Until those who think they have violated this particular order by the Biafra government will have themselves to blame. I am telling you the fact. So we will make sure that the delegitimization of Nigeria will continue to enter new dimension at every stage and every point in time. This stage 1 is this 30 days. And this will continue until we go to November, when our convention will start on the 29th of November in Finland. And of course, by then, you don't need to know, I don't need to tell you what will be happening in Nigeria, because now they have seen
Today, we gather not only to raise funds, but to celebrate the boundless potential of our youngest citizens. Our Prime Minister, we also extend our deepest gratitude for your sleepless nights and relentless hard work to ensure that Biafra women and children can rest peacefully and sleep with their eyes closed, knowing they are safe. Your unwavering commitment, alongside the efforts of the Biafra Liberation Army and resistance fighter, has made it possible for our women to go and return to their farmlands without fear. This event is a testament to our collective belief that every child deserves the opportunity to strive, to dream, and to achieve their fullest potential. Your Excellency, your presence here this morning from here is a powerful testament to your promise to the future of our nation, Biafra. And more importantly, to the future of our children. We are deeply honored to have you join us as we work together to ensure that every child in Biafra, regardless of their background or circumstances, will have the opportunity to grow up in a nurturing environment in Biafra, equipped with the tools they need to succeed in life. Children are the lifeblood of our society. They are the promise of tomorrow. However, the challenges they face today, whether in access to education, healthcare, or basic welfare and social services, demand our collective action. Today, we gather not just to raise this fund, but to send a clear message that we, as a nation, are united in our resolve to create a brighter and more equitable future for every child in Biafra land. Your Excellency, your government's dedication to the welfare of children is well known. But as we know, there is much work to be done. Therefore, we call on all Biafrans, I mean the indigenous people of Biafra, all over the world, to join our Prime Minister for the restoration of Biafra. This event today is a vital part of the ongoing efforts, as we incredibly believe that we can restore Biafra to be able to sustain the generation of Biafra as you support this. As we proceed with today's events, let us keep in mind that the funds we raise support the restoration and freedom of Biafra, the land of the rising sun, where our children will live their lives with dignity. Biafra, where every child will have access to quality education, ensuring proper health care, and supporting those most vulnerable. Every contribution this day will fasten our restoration and help to build a better tomorrow for our children. Thank you once again, Your Excellency, for honoring us with your presence. Your leadership has brought hope and security to many, and for that, we are truly grateful. Thank you for standing with us and working tirelessly for the safety and future of the people of Biafra. Therefore, let us go now proceed with this event filled with hope, generosity, and a shared commitment to the well-being of our children as we restore our nation. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you, Dorothy. Please, you're continuing with the program, right? What's the next
co-host Reverend Sister Ojugo.